Our Highline Voices, 106.5 KQWZ LPFM.
Connecting Highline and our region.
History, cultural heritage, art, performances, contemporary pop culture.
We collect, preserve, and tell the stories of the Highline region and its people.
We want to embrace our differences and similarities.
We want to extend our mission outside the walls of the museum. Our Highline Voices, 106.5 KQWZ LPFM.
Hi, everyone. This is Nancy from the Highline Heritage Museum, and welcome back. Today, we have a wonderful person. I'm excited to get to know her a little bit more. I think that his story will be something that you can connect with, and it's something that you can actually embrace it. You can actually visit her business and just engage and get to know her and the whole community better. So why are we doing this? Exactly for that, to connect to each other. So thank you again for joining us. Before we start, I just want to say thank you so much for allowing us the opportunity to connect with you and to get to know you a little bit more. So thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, and so are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, just a one simple question. Who are you?
One simple question.
I know everyone, almost when I ask that question, everyone is like, ooh, so simple, but it's not that simple for a lot of people.
No, complex. I would say, so my name's Brenda Sutherland, and I am a mother, a wife, daughter. I am a community member. I am passionate about people and this place, and I am a business owner.
Tell us a little bit more about what business.
So my business is called Marina Mercantile, and it is it's eclectic. It's like the inside of my brain. So it is a cafe, a specialty food store, a wine shop, and a wine bar.
Mm-hmm.
And it started out a little bit different. It started out as an idea right before the pandemic shutdown happened. My husband was teasing my daughters all the time about, I'm going to start a hot dog cart and make you work at it.
Uh-huh.
And they were saying, that's fine. We want to work at a hot dog cart. Do it. Start a hot dog cart. And so he started looking into what it would take to start a hot dog cart.
Mm-hmm.
And then the shutdown happened and we were all at home. And at the time, I had been an office manager in the Highline School District for many, many years. And so we were all trying to go to school and work from home and to just relax. I was like, I'm going to start looking at places that have a commercial kitchen, because you have to have a commercial kitchen to prep anything that you're going to sell on a hot dog cart.
Yeah.
And I found a place in Des Moines. And as a joke, I sent it to my husband and my daughters, and they said, oh, let's do it.
Oh, boy.
And that started the whole thing. And then my daughter, who was a student at Mount Rainier High School, said, you know, I did this project, and Des Moines is technically a food desert, this portion of Des Moines, since the QFC that used to be there, where the Dollar Tree is now, down on Marine View Drive. And so we should start a little store. We should make it a store where people can come and get, you know, groceries, just a few things, because the only other shopping there are just convenience shops.
Mm-hmm.
And then we decided we'd make it a specialty food store. And that's kind of how we started.
So you like food. And that's something that I think we all can appreciate. That we like food. We like to enjoy the experience of it. And I like how you describe yourself a little bit eclectic. And I love, one of the things I always respect and admire people is when they have their jobs and it's an extension of themselves. It's a reflection. And so I've been there before. I had wonderful cups of tea, and so I enjoy it. I'm a tea drinker. And so it was nice to, you know, a rainy day, and then just go in there and then meet friends and just chat in there. So you have a very beautiful place. So congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And so for the ones that have never been there, what do you mean eclectic? I know what it is, but I want for the ones that were just listening, who wants to, you know, get to know you a little bit more.
Yeah.
So what is eclectic to you, and how would you describe the space and not just the food, but it's all the elements that you
Yeah.
put together.
So I say eclectic because there's a lot of different parts going on, and it's kind of based on we've traveled in Spain and Portugal and Madeira. We've been fortunate enough to be able to do that. And in every little community, there's multiple, in Spain it's a mercado and shops like this where you go in, there's a counter bar area. You can get coffee, you could get tea, you could have beer or wine, but there's a whole shop of items that you need something for dinner, you need some pasta, you need these grains, you need canned tomatoes, you need, cheese, you need some meat sliced. But you can also sit down at a table, meet your friend, pour over the newspaper, sit and chat. And we find that there's not a lot of places like that here where we live. And so when we decided to start this business in the space that we're in, that was the picture we had in our minds, is a place where you as a community member can find community and build community, but you can also pick up the things that you might need for dinner that night, or you could just eat there. And so in our shop, we have cheese, we have meats that you can purchase by the pound. We can slice it for you.
That's so
We
cool.
have sandwiches that we make fresh every day, soup, salad. We make everything from whole ingredients. We don't buy, bases that we zhuzh up. We're making everything intentionally with whole ingredients. And so it's really nourishing. But there's also a portion, there's a table with all kinds of different gift cards and birthday cards and teacups and soap and jewelry and things that I find that I want to bring in because I think they also enhance the community and your experience in the shop. And then there's all the wine. So it's sort of like, have you ever been to De Laurentiis downtown next to the market, Pike Place Market? It's an Italian import store. They don't have a place where you can really sit and eat, but it's got just food items, specialty food items and wine and beer from all around the world. And that's sort of what we are, but we also incorporate that sort of my husband calls it the eat, pray, love table with all of the, jewelry and soaps and cards and teacups and things. And I was like, I guess you could call it that. It's eclectic.
No, and I think that's a great description of what that is. Like I said, I've been there before, and yes, I've traveled overseas in many different places and countries, and it is very distinctive, the cultural approach to local business. And I feel that, you do a great job in creating, like, for example, in one country you did not mention, like in Italy, you go there and you got the gelato and you have actually heavy drinks, but then you can have an ice cream and you can just be outside sitting on the plaza when you're doing that. But instead of sitting in a plaza, you're actually creating the space where people can just sit down and do multitasking. Or like you said, El Mercado in Spain, where the guys will be watching soccer for sure. That's the difference. So over there, they will gather together and watch the soccer, and it's very interesting to see how culture involves in those places. So when you're trying to bring those elements into the area, they're so different and unique. And I really applaud you for the concept of community because that's what it is. I mean, normally those the structures comes from small little towns.
Yeah.
And then you see a little bit of that being imported from little towns to bigger cities. And even though we are not, it is a city, Des Moines is a city, the Highline has many cities, still we are not a mega city like Seattle.
Right.
But we do have that sense of community and a sense of you can get to know each other, and it's great. So, what is your favorite meal or your favorite tea or your favorite drink? Something favorite in your restaurant?
Oh gosh. I have a lot of favorite things. 'Cause you mentioned you've come and you've had tea, and we do a full afternoon tea service because tea is one of my favorite things that I've done since I was little. You know, I had my own tea set, and my mom would always make me little finger sandwiches, and so I could have my afternoon tea with my dolls. And then growing up, my best friend and I loved to go get tea, and so we were tired of going to Snohomish or going down to Tacoma, or so I started doing afternoon tea at my shop. So of course I love afternoon tea, and I love all of the tea flavors that we have from a local company named Appelis, which is a husband and wife team in Sumner, Washington. I love their teas, so we feature them. But um, I would say, I mean, I love the scones. My oldest daughter actually works with me, and she makes the scones most of the time. We battle back and forth about who makes better scones. I think technically she makes better scones, but I love the tea and the scones. I probably eat that every day.
Wow, that's so cool.
And then um, I really love a couple of the sandwiches. I like all the sandwiches that we make, but my personal favorite is the pastrami sandwich on rye bread or the mortadella with the spicy capicola. I love that one too. I don't eat them very often, but
You're making me hungry. I don't know if I should keep asking you questions because you are making me crave it. And I hope that all of you, start getting curious, start getting like, what is that? What is this concept? What is this like collecting means? And then how is that translatable to community values? Which that's what we do here. Is just super passionate about what it means to be in a community and then lift each other and say hi to each other and then just be curious about each other. And so on, this is a family business.
yeah.
How old are your daughters right now?
My oldest is 23, my middle daughter is 20, and my youngest just turned 17.
Wow.
So she's a student at Highline High School. She is a Running Start student at Highline College. All of my daughters have done Running Start at Highline College. I'm an alumni of Highline College. My husband's actually on their foundation board. So it's important to us. And as community goes, like we feel really connected to not just the school district here, but to, we've lived in Burien, Normandy Park for a long time, and it's a place that's important to us. So Saturdays, you can always come in and find, we're usually booked with a lot of afternoon teas, but we have a group of chess club, like South Sound Chess Club that comes and plays. So I like to always have space for them to come in, and please come and learn to play chess. They will totally teach you how to play chess too.
So one comment though, you only play on Saturdays, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because we are ready to launch something on Thursdays, and it's
good.
only So we are not overlapping. We are not
in
no, we are not
competition.
overlapping. No. Well, in our case, it's going to be we have a beautiful volunteers in the front, and they really like the reason why they're volunteering is because they like to socialize.
Yeah.
They really like to connect with people, and then there are sometimes some Thursdays that people may not come, and it's like they're just staring like, okay, but we're here to socialize with people, and we want to talk, and so on the next exhibit, another one that we're installing this soon, said it, but in the next exhibit that we have is going to be based on a board game. Should I give you a hint?
Yeah.
God, I'm not, even my volunteers don't know that yet, so you guys are not going to know faster than they do. We're going to do a pirate theme. Yeah, this is from our a wonderful community member, Steve Edmiston. And so he is actually coming late today, and we're going to be talking about the logistics of that. So because we're doing this board game exhibit, and it's based on the exhibit that he produced, and he got national recognition for that, we are also going to be implementing board games on Thursdays. And so please come and say hi to my volunteers. They'd really like to talk to you. And so going back, I don't want to get distracted. This is your story. And so, but I'm glad that we are not going to be overlapping just a time frame period.
Yeah.
Going back to you and to your family, I love how, as a woman, as a mom, I got my mom, but also my daughter, she's 18. And I love the idea of how actions kind of reflect on who they are as a human beings too, meaning that we can set up some examples, we can inspire them, they can see the other side. It's not just a mom role, but also as a woman, also running your own business, also setting an example, also creating that team effort. This is a family coming together and let's just help each other and doing this very beautiful. So congratulations for
Thank you.
that.
Thank you.
I love that concept of mom and daughters just
Yeah.
supporting and encouraging and I'm sure your daughters and your family are super proud of you. I know that everyone say yes, but as a woman to a woman, like congratulations for that beautiful
Thank you.
family values
Yeah.
and community values all in the same time. So are you so only it's just you and your daughter, right? That works in
When my middle daughter is back from college, she often picks up shifts there.
okay, good.
And my younger daughter she will come and volunteer. She, is busy with both high school and running start, but she and her friends are meeting at the shop on Fridays so they can play D&D, which is
That is fun.
yeah.
The the location is perfect. The environment is wonderful. I just like didn't you say it right? It also has a little bit of that old flair, meaning that it's not just new and modern or no, it
Yeah.
has a cozy feeling to it. And I really, really like that. Um, so as a businesswoman, that's a different topic. So from going to that to a businesswoman, do you have any stories about how you're connecting with the community or when you're talking to like I want to say audience, but it's not audience. I use the word audience here, but no, yours is guests, no, clients,
Customers.
customers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I love connecting with my customers. I right away the first year that we were open, Steve Edmiston was sitting at the bar and we start chatting and he was meeting somebody else and they were talking. And I am curious. And so I was like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? It sounds like you're talking about aliens.
Yeah.
And he was like, we are talking about aliens. And we got into the conversation. He was like, we do this thing. It's called Midfest. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
how can it be bigger? How could we be involved? Like, let's make it a giant festival.
Yeah.
And then they did. And so we were like, we would love to sponsor this and we would love to like help out in any way. And so that's been fun to be just a small part of their festival. We like to, be sponsors of it. And they've added that film festival portion. So we have 2 years in a row been the before pre-funk party, and you can come and just get into the spirit of going to the Midfest Film Festival. And then that sort of helped me feel comfortable branching out and connecting with other people and just community members, but also organizations in the local area. And we have become a sponsor of the Waterland Pride Group.
Nice.
And then as the new theater building next to us has opened and businesses have moved in there, I've partnered with Lori from A Dog Stream. She has this location in Des Moines is her third store. She's got one in Georgetown and one in White Center and another one in Des Moines.
Wow.
And she is also mom and a woman business owner. And so we came up with the idea to do Santa pictures for people and their pets. So we did that this past December. And then we just did a tea for dogs,
Oh,
an afternoon tea for dogs,
no.
which was super cute.
It sounds already extremely
It
cute.
was very, very cute. We hope to do something like that again. And Rotary, the Des Moines Normandy Park
Yeah.
Rotary meets every Wednesday from noon to 1 at our shop. So come check out Des Moines Normandy Park Rotary. They're always doing great things, raising funds and giving it away to lots to, Highline School District, but all kinds of organizations internationally too. And so we have been partnering with them and sponsoring things, but it's been really fun to grow, I think, that part of our business, coming from a background of working in the school district And also being a very active PTA parent, like giving back or doing some sort of fundraising that benefits parts of the community is just, I think, something that I can't let go of.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm always looking for a way to help someone out, help an organization out. We've done a lot of donating to different, organizations to their fundraisers and things, but we've also done some events where we've asked people, if you're coming to bring a small donation or a monetary donation because we're gifting it to a particular organization.
I'm sure that after hearing this, a lot of organizations and groups and people might be, oh, let's go talk to her. And so don't be surprised if you get a rain of solicitations there. But I think it's, again, beautiful when you see people who see the bigger picture. Like, why? Why are we doing this work that we do? What is intention or the heart behind doing something like this? And one thing is doing things very transactional and very business-like, and then really just an exchange. But when you add those values of community right away, it's almost like you immediately know what the purpose is. The purpose is seeing each other, is be part of that healthy ecosystem that will create something fun, something meaningful, something powerful, and
Yeah.
to really cultivate those or nourish those initiatives that the community does. And it's great that you open up your space in many different ways, and so have people can connect with you and whatever project you're working inside, either through a game, or through a festival, or through donations, or sponsoring, or even hosting the groups that you're working with. And so, no, this is inspirational. I hope that everyone up there also sees that inspirational. And this is also joy. Even though we are located here in Burien, our mission for us is to connect everyone in Highline. It's like, and Highline, depending on how you see it, it can be as a small little region, or it can be a little bit complex. We got so many different communities, and how do we interact with each other? And to me, it's all one big giant family. Everyone has a different personality, different name, different perspective on how things should run or do or be. But at the end of the day, it's this giant Highline family, and I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. And so, you also say that your husband work is part of the foundation in Highline College, and it's also another element. So it's not just you.
Right.
And it's also your family who is doing the different things in the community.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, any exciting new items are coming to your business, or any cool projects are coming up?
Yeah. So this last week of the month, we're wrapping up. We always have local artists on our walls.
Mm-hmm.
So we've had a combined show with 3 female artists and 1 male artist. They are in a collective kind of together, and stop by. You've got to see the most amazing felted birds you've ever seen. Just beautiful landscapes. Just it's all for sale. So I really, really recommend buying art from local artists, and it just elevates your whole experience of living at home when you have something that was handmade by someone rather than just getting something at the store or whatever. But that's wrapping up, and then we'll have a new artist on the walls coming up in March. But we've also got really fun cookie decorating class with a young woman who has a company called Batter's Bakery, and she makes the most outstanding sugar cookies, and she's going to walk everybody through decorating them with that really intricate royal icing frosting. And you might think, I can't do that. I don't know how to do it. She makes it really, really easy, and it's such a fun class. She's done a bunch of classes there. And we met, she was a teacher as well, and we worked in the same school district. So she's done a few classes at the shop, and this class will be St. Patrick's themed.
Nice.
So that'll be fun. And then we've got a local artist named Jenna Breckdeal, who is a watercolorist, and she's going to be doing a spring watercolor class at the shop.
Nice.
Also, I'm totally terrified of drawing, painting. I'm not an artist, but I have taken one of her classes that she did at the shop, and she just makes it so easy and it's very relaxing and it's a fun time. And it's fun to hang out and be in a group of people who are also making art together. That's, one of the things we like having at the shop. So those are some classes that are coming up. And then March is Taste Washington Wines Month. So
Ooh.
every Thursday we do a wine tasting, and we will be focusing on wines from Washington, from all of the different AVAs in our state, that maybe a couple that maybe most people know of, but then quite a few that you maybe have never heard of.
No, that's dangerous for me. I love wine, and I'm trying to, like, okay, Nancy, be mindful of how much you drink. I know I don't have, alcoholic drinks, but when I'm drinking it one day and then the next day I'm still craving it, like, okay, I need to be more mindful. But no, I'm glad that you're having so many different experiences. That's what you're offering. You're offering an experience. You're not offering just a product. It's not just the meal or the card or the tea, but it's the experience of all of it. And then being able to also engage in the same environment with the different capacities with the artists, with the classes that you do. No, it's not fun. It's not fun when you can be creative and what else can we offer and what else can we do this and don't know that. And everyone can just get their own flavor into different things. And so I really like that aspect of the things that you're doing. I know that we haven't really met. This is the first time that we actually meet in person.
Yeah.
And so it's been a wonderful joy to get to know you a little bit more. You said that you've been living in the area quite a while. Yeah, and so you're living in different areas, and then you've been working with the school district. In total, we got 17,000 thousand kids in the school district. And believe it or not, we all share the same kids, meaning like we all,
They're
no
all
matter,
our kids.
they're all
Our kids.
are all kids, and then they are the ones who they're going to be your future,
Yeah.
leaders, business, and everything like that. But I'm imagining that a lot of the kids going to your business would be inspired to it. And it would be, oh, I remember that store. I remember enjoying this. I mean, I remember this. I mean, but that's what we experience here with a lot. Some of the business have been closed. But several people comes here to remember things.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, I remember when, the nostalgia of what
Yes.
it was.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that now you're imprinting a lot of really cool memories to a lot of people, not only the kids, but anyone that is experiencing what you're offering.
I've actually never thought of that. So thank you for pointing that out. I think that's true, and I think it's important, and it's nice to have somebody point that out to.
Well, that's another reason why we want to do these interviews is that, that the imprints and the memories that people carry through the whole lives is based on really pleasant stuff. Oh, no, not always pleasant, but the majority, when you think about, oh, when I remember, or I grew up with this, or I grew up with that, obviously people sees me young, like, well, too young to do that. But like, I know, but I'm surrounded by artifacts. I'm surrounded by history, and I'm surrounded by my volunteers that are constant, and even our audience or guests that come in researching and looking at our exhibits. It's all about, oh, I remember this store, or, our histories projects that we did it before we started doing the radio. Is that there's a very interesting connection between childhood memories with local business.
Yeah.
And it's that imprint. Like, oh, I remember going to get gum in this grocery store. Or I remember, going to my parents and buying these shoes in this store. Or so there's really common narrative. When you're talking to the older generation and trying to look back what it used to be, it's a lot of those connections, not just at home, but the local business around it.
Yeah, I would say even my daughters, it's funny that I hadn't thought about that really in terms of my business, because even my daughters, we were just talking about where the Jungle Gym is, used to be a store called Goody Gumdrops. Good, was it?
I don't remember.
Or
And I said from memory because I've been working with the collections for more than almost 20 years.
I think it was Goody Gumdrops, and it was such a cute store, and they had candy and they had toys, and my children, when they were really little, when I was, before I was working, we would walk down into Burien and we'd go to the store and we'd look at all the toys, and they just so have fond memories of that. And I hope that that is, something that's building in our shop, that it's a place that people will have fond memories of.
I think so. I think I can. Maybe people might not share it to you directly, but I hope that you know that you are building memories every time you engage with a customer, and that person that is engaging with you is engaging in an experience, and those memories may fade away, but the emotion, that the feeling, or the nostalgia, this stays. And like I say, almost, if I had to put an estimate, we got so many oral histories. Probably 90% of them somehow, somewhere mention a local business. And then it's just a connection on, I remember going to my store with my friends and we used to purchase this or buy this. It's no longer there, but the owner was this and this and this, and we used to be friends with their friends. I mean, so there's like this chain on events that when you let somebody remember something, it just
Keeps going.
Oh, yeah. Yes. And so we only got a few minutes left. So, is anything else would you like to share? Something that you have not shared with all of us? Remember, this is just an opportunity for everyone to get to know you a little bit more. Something else that you think that, hey, I forgot to mention this. Or where you're located too.
Oh, yeah, that's a good thing. So we are in Des Moines. We're on Marine View Drive South, and it's 22341 Marine View Drive South. We're in the building that's right on the corner next to that Des Moines Theater building that just got totally built, and which is really pretty. And so we're on the same side of the street as B&E Meats, and whom we love. And I can't think if there's anything else I want to.
You have a website and phone number?
Yep, we've got a website. So that's just marinamercantile.com. You can find all our menus on there. You can find all of our events on there.
Good.
That's where you can make your tea reservations. And you do have to have a reservation to do the afternoon tea, because we are making all of that food for you. So we're making not just the scones, not just the finger sandwiches. We're making all of the little teeny tiny treats that you get with afternoon tea. We're really excited for our spring tea menu, because we did bring in some edible plant pots.
Whoa.
So there's going to be some little, they look exactly like a clay plant pot, but we're going to be filling those with some delightful treats. And it's going to be super cute. And I've kind of gone crazy with making handmade chocolates. So
Whoa. See all the surprises? No, I'm excited. So hopefully if anyone up there got curious about all the experiences that she's offering, please be curious. Please connect with each other, and thank you. Thank you for this opportunity to do this with you.
thank you so much.
And thank you everyone for staying with us and connecting. And any questions, comments, please let us know. Okay. Good night, everyone.
Our Highline Voices, 106.5 KQWZ LP FM. We envision ourselves sitting at a round table where no one is the leader and stories are heard respectfully, regardless of gender, age, sexual orientation, disabilities, or ethnicity. Our mission is we collect, preserve, and tell the stories of the Highline region and its people. We want to extend our mission outside the walls of the museum. Our Highline Voices represents us all, honoring our past, celebrating our present, and uniting to cultivate our future. This project allows us to reach out to demographics who might be unable to visit the museum. People with disabilities, low-income families, people who don't trust museums, and more. In partnership, we are launching a locally programmed new radio station at the museum, featuring recorded and live Highline's heritage, history, culture, arts, and more. Are you interested in sharing your story? Email director@highlinemuseum.org.